host, Peter Donegan.
And a very good morning, everyone. Welcome to World of Sport Replay on what has been a fairly chilly morning here in Melbourne. But as Sandy said, we have a great day of sport coming up in front of us. And of course, as always, our special thanks and of course a big paycheck to Sandy Roberts and Kevin Bartlett for this morning's edition of Junior Supporters Club, and we'll have more next Sunday morning at 9:30. But we'll be taking a look at racing yesterday from Sandown Park, where they had a heavy track and only 2 favourites out of the 8 races decided. Also greyhound racing action from this week and harness racing from Moonee Valley last night here on World of Sport Replay this morning. Hope you can stay with us for the next hour. Let's have a look at Tats Lotto draw number 409 last night. Division 1 prize pool in excess of $1.810 million. And the numbers you need in numerical order were 4, 6, 12, 25, 32 and 37, with the supplementary number being 11. And in Super 66 last night, for a pool in excess of $415,000, numbers were 1, 8, 2, 6, 2 and 3. And I would imagine if you had some or all of those numbers that you certainly wouldn't be feeling the cold here in Melbourne this morning. We'll take a break and be back to take a look at yesterday's 8-race program at Sandown Park in just a moment. This 8-race program on the heavy track at Sandown Park featured the running of the Toowoomba Hurdle and the Roycell Steeple as the Grand Nationals draw closer at Flemington in July. And some of the stars of the jumps game were at Sandown Park yesterday. Of course, Fast Food did miss the Roycell Steeple due to treatment he received on Thursday or Friday, but he'll be back in action very shortly. Anyway, let's take a look at the card now, commencing with the running of the Stanley Handicap. And this particular race was over 1,400 metres. Let's pick up the action now with the favourite Miss Clipper as we join our commentator, Brian Martin.
Racing this time, Miss Clipper missed it about 3/4 of a length. Honeybridge away quickly with Sabanella and also Commandment. Miss Clipper now getting up towards the lead from Brilliant Glow. Madalassi showing speed. Just behind them, Papal Princess when they settle down into stride. Better Merchant on the inside now, Stylish Value, and they're followed further back in the field by Amanda Francis. Around the outside of it, Amiga Bell and Star of Cassitas, and further back in the field, Karonga Miss, and last of all, the outside, Passive. At the 1,000-metre mark, and Commandment's in front, about a half length on the outside. Over on the inside of it, Madalassi, and further back, Honeybridge 4 deep around Sabanella. Better Merchant back on the fence. Brilliant Glow is very wide from Stylish Value. Then Miss Clipper on the outside of Papal Princess. Amanda Francis poking up on the centre. Further back in the field then came Karonga Miss, followed by Amiga Bell and Passive last of all. A run down with about 700 metres to go. Commandment, Honeybridge out wide, and Massive Madalassi a line of 3. They're a length and a half to Brilliant Glow on the outside of Sabanella, the centre. Then further back, Miss Clipper will pull very wide with Star of Cassitas, Papal Princess, Stylish Value. Amanda Francis back nearer the inside, and Better Merchant over on the rail. They haven't swung very wide, straightening up now, and out in the centre it's Honeybridge getting to the front over Madalassi. Further back on the inside, Sabanella and Brilliant Glow coming after Honeybridge, and out wide a Star of Cassitas is coming home well. Miss Clipper only struggling. Honeybridge in front of the 200-metre mark. Brilliant Glow, and on the outside, Star of Cassitas are trying to pick it up, but it's Honeybridge the leader with 100 metres to go. Star of Cassitas out of the pack is going to be the danger, finishing well. Then further back, Miss Clipper coming home late. It's Honeybridge in front. Star of Cassitas picking it back. Honeybridge walking to the line, but you'll get there, Honeybridge. She's won it ahead to Star of Cassitas, a length away third, Miss Clipper. Further back then Sabanella, followed by Amiga Bell, Passive. Then back behind them came Brilliant Glow, Madalassi, and then Karonga Miss. Further back, Stylish Value. Well back was Better Merchant. A long gap then to Papal Princess, and the last two are Amanda Francis in company with Commandment.
Well, as you can see, the weather conditions weren't all that good at Sandown yesterday, and it certainly wasn't a good start for punters. Honeybridge at 14-1, scoring narrowly from Star of Cassitas at 14s, and Miss Clipper, the favourite, running third at 2-1. The Casino Handicap was the second race on the card, over 1,200 metres, and the favourite here, Moonlight Bandit, at 3-1.
And they're racing this time. Aljana jumped away well. Marg's Lad missed the start, and a bit slow away was Parslip and also Brother Birch. Lord Barton began quickly and going fast. I'm No Saint from further back, Pearl Way, followed by Fitzroy Kid around the outside of Ice Scotch, then Lord Melwood. Further back was Irish Domain racing wide in company with Moonlight Bandit. Gabonia getting out wide. Then further back, Darwin City. Down on the rail there came along the back of the track, Aljana. 2 lengths further back, Hendy Main. Silver Phrase went around the outside of it from Parslip, and 3 to Marg's Lad, and last of all Brother Birch. 750 metres to go. Pearl Way moved up on the outside of I'm No Saint, and now the favourite went up 3 deep the outside, and that's Moonlight Bandit. A length further back in the field then came Lord Barden back nearer the inside, followed by Gabonia. Ice Scotch further back in the field when they come to the home turn, and back behind them then Fitzroy Kid and Lord Melwood. Into the straight they race, and it's I'm No Saint, Pearl Way, Ice Scotch just behind them. Further out Moonlight Bandit, then under a lot of pressure is Gabonia, and back behind the field then battling on pretty well as Aljana. They run to the 250, and Moonlight Bandit wide out moved up to tackle I'm No Saint. They've got clear of the others further back, Aljana and Pearl Way, but it's I'm No Saint in front with 150 metres to go. Safely holding Moonlight Bandit and Aljana at bay, then Pearl Way, but I'm No Saint in the centre of the track is racing away and is going to win well. I'm No Saint has gone to the line to win at about 4 lengths to Moonlight Bandit, a length and a half Aljana, a gap then to Pearl Way, Ice Scotch, and on the inside Lord Barden, then Gabonia, further back in the field, then at the head of the others Parslip, followed by Hendy Main, then Lord Melwood, Darwin City, Fitzroy Kid, Silver Phrase, followed by Irish Domain, Brother Birch, and last of all is Marg's Lad.
Having only his second race start and a most impressive win by the Century horse I'm No Saint, had 11 to 1 from Moonlight Bandit, the 3 to 1 favourite, Aljana third at 33 to 1. The first of the jumping races at Sandown yesterday, the Toowoomba Hurdle over 3,300 metres, the third on the card, and the Australian hurdle winner Planinka the favourite at 6 to 4.
Set, they're racing, and Quabite missed the kick about 3/4 of a length. Zamanoff one of the best to begin with long range, and over on the inside there Magic Paul. No one anxious to lead as they hop over the first shortly after the start. Planinka reached for it. He's dropped back to the tail of the field, and long range went to the lead. Led a length and a half to Norfolk Tiger, and they're not going hard over on the inside Magic Paul. 2 to Zamanoff, a half the Orchardist, and further back Bon Brummel. At the next jump, followed by Quabite, and 2 lengths to Planinka. He's jumping rather high at the moment over the second. Here's the third along the back. And over on the inside here, it's Magic Paul, headed off by Long Range. Long Range over that one has jumped at about 3/4 to Magic Paul, 2 to Norfolk Tiger. 4 lengths Les Zamanoff, then on the inside the Orchardist from Bon Brummel. Planinka went over that one better, and he's moving up on the outside of Quabite as they come off the back straight on the first occasion with about 2,700 metres to go. Long Range allowed to stride down the hill, let out 2.5 lengths now to Magic Paul. 3 or 4 further back Norfolk Tiger, 3 to Zamanoff on the inside of it is the Orchardist, and 3 lengths to Bon Brummel, 3/4 Planinka, and Quabite back along the inside. 3 jumps up the home straight on their first round. They come around with 2,400 metres to go, and Long Range is carting them along about 2.5 to Magic Paul, 2 to Norfolk Tiger. Zamanoff given a good sight at his jumps on the outside of the Orchardist from Bon Brummel, Quabite, and Planinka has dropped out to the tail. The rider about to pull the goggles down there as they go over that one, and over the first of 3 down the home straight, and it's a Long Range on the outside with Magic Paul getting up on the inside of him now. And here they come down towards this one in front of the stand together, Long Range and Magic Paul. They come to it. Both jump it well, about 1.5 lengths in front of the Orchardist. Norfolk Tiger the fence from Zamanoff, and they're really starting to bunch up at the winning post. Bon Brummel further back, and Planinka moved up on his outside, and Quabite last of all. Coming towards the jump past the winning line with about 1,900 metres to go, and they're well bunched up at this one. And over it they go, where it's on the outside Long Range, about 3/4 Magic Paul from the Orchardist, and Zamanoff the top weight out 3 deep on the inside Norfolk Tiger. Planinka sitting out 3 deep around the outside of Bon Brummel, and Quabite back along the rail. They're still bunched up with about 4 to 5 lengths only spanning the field as they head out with about 1,600 metres to go. And heading towards the back straight again, and the leader Long Range about 1 length in front of the Orchardist, 3/4 Magic Paul, 1 length Zamanoff. Then Norfolk Tiger followed on the outside by Planinka, going up 3 deep on the outside of Bon Brummel, and 1 length to Quabite last of all. Still only about 5 to 5.5 lengths covering the field. 5 jumps to get over down the back, 1,400 metres to go, and Long Range about 1/2 in front of the Orchardist. Magic Paul back on the inside of Zamanoff, and now Planinka starting to improve. He's moved up 3 deep on the outside from Bon Brummel. Then Norfolk Tiger as they go over that one. Oh, he's down Long Range. He got rid of the rider. Long Range went through that one, the 5th last jump down the back, and the race is on. Magic Paul got up on the inside of the Orchardist. Planinka joined in out 3 deep. The riderless horse still there in the field as they go to the next, and over that one Planinka lost ground. Magic Paul's just in front now. Norfolk Tiger going for a run. Zamanoff being called on from the Orchardist. 2 lengths Planinka as they come towards the next. At the one at the 1,000-metre mark, and hampering them at the moment is this riderless horse where Norfolk Tiger got through to go to the front. Norfolk Tiger now in front of the Magic Paul, and on the outside the Orchardist. Planinka being called on again. He's starting to make another run. 2 lengths to Zamanoff, and then Bon Brummel, and 3 lengths to Quabite last of all. They've got 650 metres to go. 2 jumps to get over, and Planinka let go with a great run around the outside. And Planinka's raced up to go to the front. Out wide, it's Planinka, the leader, up nearing the home turn. The riderless horse inside him. They're 3 lengths in front of the Orchardist and Norfolk Tiger. They wheel for home, and Planinka's with a good lead. He's trying to keep that riderless horse out of his way. The riderless horse on the inside of Planinka, and they're 4 lengths to Norfolk Tiger. Zamenhof struggling from the Orchardist, but with 2 jumps to go. Planinka, the leader, he's got the one over on his inside, which has got no rider at the moment from Norfolk Tiger and the Orchardist, but Planinka jumped the second last well. And here he comes down towards the last, Planinka. The horse on his inside has no rider at the moment, and Planinka, he's got clear of that riderless horse now, and Planinka jumped it beautifully. And the horse without the rider didn't jump it too well, but he's too good again, Planinka. A great exhibition, revelling in the going, and the great chance now for the Grand National for Planinka. He goes away to win well. Planinka scored on the line about 8 lengths. Very tight Quabata Norfolk Tiger for second. Then further back was Zamenhof, the Orchardist. A good gap to Bon Brummel, and last of all is Magic Paul.
Well, that was a pretty good effort because he had to overcome difficulties. That riderless horse caused him a few problems in the last 600 metres. Planinka, the 6-4 favourite, and he'll be heading straight into the Grand National now without another run. Quabite second at 10s, Norfolk Tiger third 9-1 in the Toowoomba Hurdle. First leg of the quadrella was the 4th, the Flinders Handicap, and the favourite passed the baton at 3-1.
They're racing. Oakland on the inside away well with Cassin's Go Gong. Further out Soldier Sweek, and Lackland began well with Pamper Ram. Down the outside Gold Omen and Trimax. Line of about 5 or 6 for the lead, and Venier further out in the track is starting to cross over as they run by the 300-metre mark, where it's Gold Omen and Trimax together. They're in the lead from Venier, and Go Gong behind them now from Pamper Ram, Lackland, followed by Soldier Sweek. Triple Toss sitting wide from Cassin's Offence from Cut Price, then past the baton. They moved up on the outside of Gala Mascot, then Oatland, and last of all is Arcasan. Venier, the lightweight, went to the front of the winning post with a lap to go. Let out 2 lengths in front now of Gold Omen second on the outside of Trimax, and then Go Gong going up 4th. Triple Toss is very wide out of the straight, followed further back in the field by Pamper Ram out 3 deep. Then Lackland, Cut Price racing deep. Cassin's back on the inside of Soldier Sweek. Gala Mascot is back there with past the baton. Arcasan and Oatland back in about the last 3. Out with about 1,700 metres to go in the lead of Venier. Venier 2 lengths in front of Gold Omen, getting a good trail up second, about 3 lengths to Go Gong. A length further back there is Pamperan on the outside of Trimax, and they're followed by Triple Toss 3 deep around Lackland. Then Soldier Sweek, and they're 2 lengths to Cassin's Cut Price past the baton, Gala Mascota and Arcasan, and back on the inside is Oatland. The pace slackens down the back with 1,300 metres to go, and the leader is Venier, but Gold Omen straight up on the outside to quickly join it at the 1,200. They're 2 lengths to the jumper, Go Gong third, a length for the back, Pamperan, followed by Lackland, Trimax, Triple Toss. Then Cassin's past the baton, a fair way back as Gold Omen went ahead. They're followed by Soldier Sweek, Arcasan, Cut Price, and well back Gala Mascot and Oatland back on the rail. At the 1,000-metre mark, and the leader Gold Omen about 3 lengths in front. Go Gong went up second, ahead the outside Pamperan, and they're 3 lengths in front of Lackland. Then past the baton, pulled to the outside of Soldier Sweek, followed by Trimax Cassins. A fair way back as Gala Mascot, Cut Price, Akazan, and then further back Oatland, Venier, and Triple Toss last of all. Coming down the hill with about 6.50 to go, and it's Gold Omen getting away about 3 lengths in front of Pamperan and Go Gong. 2 lengths for the back, Lackland, then past the baton about 5 lengths from them, followed by Soldier Sweek, and then a gap to Gala Mascot on the other, struggling, headed by Trimax. They near the turn, and the leader still is Gold Omen against the rail, straightened up about 3 lengths in front of Go Gong. Then further back, Lackland, Pamperan, followed by past the baton, pulled out wide with Soldier Sweek. In the straight, 400 to go, Gold Omen against the inside, a couple of lengths in front. Lackland out in the centre, running on, and here's Soldier Sweek finishing quickly, and Gala Mascot from a mile back. Lackland got to the front with Soldier Sweek tackling it on the outside. Soldier Sweek and Lackland fighting it out from Gold Omen, and now Gala Mascot sprinting quickly at the 150. Soldier Sweek put its head in front of Lackland. The others are struggling further back in the field. Then came at the others Gala Mascot, but Soldier Sweek is racing away, and Soldier Sweek will come away and win it about 3 to 4 lengths in the run home. Gala Mascot will probably get up and get second ahead of Go Gong and Lackland close up. Then further back past the baton, didn't go on from Gold Omen. Then Pamperan, Cut Price, Oatland further back than in the field, Trimax. Then Cassin's Arcasan, Venier, and last of all is Triple Toss.
Revelling in the going, Soldier Sweek too good at 10 to 1, paying fairly light on the tote, only $3.60. Gala Mascot wide out running second at 7 to 2, with the jumper Go Gong third at 8 to 1. Quite a good effort from him, and past the baton the favourite running fifth at 3s. The anniversary sprint was the first leg of the double yesterday at Sandown, over 1,200 metres, and the favourite Street Music in a wide open betting affair at 7 to 2.
Set, light on. Racing, Sleeping Giant began with them with Angelo's Bay over on the inside. Supreme Spring away quickly. Arctic Walk quickly dropped out to the tail of the field when they settled down. And Vera's Boy was showing some pace. Further out, Regal Bismarck, and Longwood Lad goes around the outside. It's Longwood Lad getting to the front to lead by a length now to Sleeping Giant, Angelo's Bay. Further back than Regal Bismarck, racing deep around Supreme Spring and Sashi. They're followed further back in the field, coming down the side now, around the outside by Street Music, Miners Man, Showport, Richborg. Then Lord Gruamash, further back than Roman Frenzy, followed by General Salute and Arctic Wolf, 4 lengths away last of all. At the 650-metre mark, Longwood Lad a length and a half, Regal Bismarck and Sashi. Sticking back to the inside, Sleeping Giant, and they're a couple of lengths to Lord Gruamash. Miners Man pulled out wide from Vera's Boy. Street Music a long way from them, followed by Showport, and further back Angelo's Bay. In the straight, 400 to go. The leader, Longwood Lad, a couple of lengths in front of Sashi and Sleeping Giant. Then Lord Gruamash, followed by Regal Bismarck, Miners Man. General Salute pulled to the outside, but Longwood Lad's well clear, running down past the 200-metre mark. It's about 4 or 5 lengths in front. In the second placing, Sashi, Lord Gruamash, Showport battling on. Arctic Wolf from a mile back, but Longwood Lad revelling in the going is going to win easily. And Longwood Lad kept going, is going to score about 5 lengths in the run home. Getting up to run second is Arctic Wolf. Third's pretty tight, possibly Showport and nose Lord Gruamash. A gap then, General Salute for the back, Miners Man, Sashi. Street Music never in it from Richborg, Vera's Boy. Then Supreme Spring, Regal Bismarck. Sleeping Giants beaten 2 home, and they were Angelo's Bay and Roman Frenzy.
And that completed a winning double for leading rider Mick Clark yesterday. Longwood Lad at 33 to 1, winning like an odds-on chance. Arctic Wolf well backed and running on well for second. And Showport also coming home well for third at 16 to 1. Arctic Wolf back from 8s into 6s. And Street Music the favourite, disappointing at 7 to 2. The Roycell Steeple race 6 and the favourite Brigade at 7 to 4.
And the light is on, and they're racing now in the steeple. Better Bore on the inside, and Brigade began fairly well with Hasty Manor. Peter's Legacy further out with Region, Discontent and Glenleith when they settle down. And here's the first of the 16 jumps, and the grey white-out Region has his head in front as he goes over that with Discontent, and Brigade's over on the inside when they come down towards the next. Here's the second jump coming up, and the favourite Brigade went straight through on the inside, measured it well too. Landed about a length and a half. Oh, Hasty Manor hit that one hard, so too did Better Bore. And it's Brigade after going over the first 2 and coming around the top turn. There are 6 down the lane on the first round, and Brigade about 3 lengths, Discontent, 2 to Region, then Sing for Supper, Hasty Manor, Peter's Legacy, Glenleith, and Better Bore last of all. Here's the first of 6 in the lane, and Brigade jumped it beautifully over that, about 4 lengths in front of Discontent, Sing for Supper and Region. Here's Brigade coming to the second now, measured it lovely, and landed 4 lengths in front of Discontent and Sing for Supper, 2 to Region, then Hasty Manor, Peter's Legacy, Better Bore and Glenleith last of all. Here's the third one in the lane, and the leader is Brigade. He comes to this one, jumped it high, but jumped it well. Landed about 3 or 4 lengths to Discontent. On the inside, Sing for Supper, and here's the next one coming up. Brigade over it well again. About 3 or 4 Discontent, Sing for Supper, Region, followed by Peter's Legacy. A gap to Hasty Manor, Glenleith, and Better Bore last of all. Over the 5th down the home straight, and here's the last one in the lane, and it's Brigade coming towards the 6th jump down the straight, jumped it nicely again, about 2 or 3 in front of Discontent. Sing for Supper on the inside, a length and a half to Region, followed on the inside by Peter's Legacy, and they've got 6 lengths in front of Hasty Manor, Glenleith the outside, and Better Bore as last of all. They go out of the straight with about 2,200 metres to go, and the leader is Brigade with 8 jumps to get over to the halfway mark with the jumps, and the grey Region went around the outside to join Brigade as they head out towards the side. They're 2 lengths in front of Discontent, a length for the back, Sing for Supper, a length then Peter's Legacy. 8 lengths to Hasty Manor, 2 for the back, Better Bore, and last of all is Glenleith. Running up towards the bottom of the hill, there are 2 jumps at the base of the hill here with 8 jumps to get over, about 1750 out, and Region moved up on the outside. Region about a neck in front of Brigade. 4 lengths to Discontent. A length then Sing for Supper, 2 to Peter's Legacy as they come to the one at the base of the hill. The first of the double, Brigade and Region jumped it together, about 4 lengths in front. Sing for Supper is third, a length into Discontent, 2 further back to Peter's Legacy. Here's the one at the 1600, and Brigade jumped it beautifully again in the driving rain now. It's Brigade about a neck in front of the grey Region. 5 lengths Discontent, 2 to Sing for Supper, 3 further back Peter's Legacy. 8 lengths to Better Bore, then Hasty Manor, and Glenleith is last of all. They're about to go to the top of the hill to the jump, the double at the top of the hill with 1,450 metres to go. Brigade on the inside, about a head in front of, on the outside, the grey Region. Here's the one right up on the top there with about 1,250 metres to run, and Brigade jumped Region a mile. Landed 2 lengths in front as they come towards the second one now. And here's the 5th last jump coming up. Brigade measured it beautifully, 2 in front of Region. 4 lengths to Discontent, 5 lengths to Peter's Legacy, 4 or 5 to Sing for Supper under the whip, 2 to Better Bore, and about 5 lengths to Hasty Manor and Glenleith last of all. They're starting to run down the hill now with about 950 metres to go. Brigade held together about a neck in front. He's been fencing well from Region, about 4 lengths to Discontent. 2 to Peter's Legacy, pulled out of making ground, and they're 15 lengths to Better Bore. Sing for Supper's called it a day from Glenleith. They've got 4 jumps to get over, coming down 850 metres to go. And it's Brigade and Regional length and a half to Discontent, and Peter's Legacy starting to move up as they come towards the 4th last jump, and Brigade on the inside jumped it well. Oh, there's one down. Discontent came to grief. Discontent has gone down. It's Brigade and Region at the 3rd last with about 650 metres to go. Brigade has out-jumped Region again, landed a length and a half in front. 3 to Peter's Legacy, 15 Better Bore, then Glenleith, and further back Hasty Manor made a mess of that jump, and Sink for Supper, but it's Brigade wheeling around the turn with about 400 metres to go, 2 jumps to get over. It's Brigade first into the home straight, about a length in front. Region having another crack at him. They'll fight it out from Peter's Legacy, but over the second last, Brigade jumped it well. Region the grey got into it, so did Peter's Legacy, and Brigade has got away the favourite. He draws down towards the last. A faultless exhibition by this fellow, and Brigade's 5 lengths in front of Region, then Peter's Legacy. The others a long way back, but through the gap he comes, and the favourite sprinting away, Brigade. He's 6 lengths in front. He's given a grand exhibition around the circuit, and Brigade kept going. Is going to be much too good for Region and Peter's Legacy and Better Bore, but home goes Brigade, a great winner. And Brigade on the run of the line has won at about 4 or 5 lengths. Region battled on for second, about 15 lengths to Peter's Legacy getting up to run third. Then Glenleith the head of Better Bore, a long way back Hasty Manor, and Sing for Supper is the last one in.
Gee, that's going to be a great clash in the Grand National Steeple between Fast Food and Brigade. A magnificent exhibition of chasing yesterday. 7 to 4 and favourite Untroubled to beat the Grey Region at 7 to 2 and Peter's Legacy third at 9 to 2. Second leg of the double at Sandown yesterday, race 7, and the equal favourites Don Byrne and Secret Bouquet 7 to 2.
Racing, Super Dude threw his head up in the air and missed the kick a couple of lengths. Away quickly Don Byrne and Fleur Cognac, Roby's Pride, Luther's Luck, and Warrawatty quickly driving up on the inside, settling down. Don Byrne and Warrawatty together led 2 lengths to Roby's Pride, Fleur Cognac settling from Border Bay, followed by Secret Bouquet on the centre. Luther's Luck out wide, further back then Path to Riches, Coral Coast, Super Dude making some ground from Tantanoola. Further back then came Here's a Toff, followed over on the inside by Thunder of Lemnos. A fair way back is Luther's Luck around the outside, and dropping out to the back of the field last of all is Mevron Boy. They run down the side with about 11.50 to go. Don Byrne in front, a length in front of Warrawatty. 2 lengths to Roby's Pride, Fleur Cognac, Thunder of Lemnos up on the inside of Coral Coast, Border Bay. In that bunch of horses now Secret Bouquet, and they're a length and a half in front of Super Dude over on the inside of Path to Riches, and sitting wide on the outside Luther's Luck, a length and a half further back that Here's a Toff. On the outside of it, Not Always So, and 2 to Tantanoola, and Mevron Boy but up the rear. It's Don Byrne in front with about 700 metres to go, straight away about 2 lengths in advance of Roby's Pride, second on the outside of Warrawatty, and back on the inside Thunder of Lemnos. Secret Bouquet and also Luther's Luck have pulled out wide from Coral Coast, and then further back Super Dude as they wheel around the home bend and back behind the field Border Bay. Don Byrne out very wide in front when they straighten from Thunder of Lemnos, and Coral Coast has gone up to them. Then Luther's Luck, Secret Bouquet, Roby's Pride is still there. They run to the 250 metre mark. Don Byrne the leader, but Luther's Luck is pegging it back quickly from Roby's Pride. At the 200, the top weight, Luther's Luck moved up to Don Byrne, then Roby's Pride, Coral Coast, and further back Thunder of Lemnos. But Luther's Luck is getting clear towards the outside fence. Coral Coast is battling on. Luther's Luck is in front. Coral Coast taking a dive at it. But Luther's Luck will come away from Don Byrne and Coral Coast. And Luther's Luck wins at 2 lengths to Don Byrne. A neck away third in the race. Close up is Coral Coast, then Secret Bouquet, then Thunder of Lemnos, Roby's Pride, a gap then to Here's a Toff. Further back then Warrawatty, Border Bay, followed by Mevron Boy. Further back at the head of the others would have been Super Dude, Not Always So, and the last couple are Fleur Cognac in company with Path to Riches.
And he's going to be prepared for a tilt at the Caulfield Cup now. Luther's Luck 11 to 2, Don Byrne 7 to 2, equal favourite, and Coral Coast at 12 to 1 with the equal favourite unplaced Secret Bouquet also at 7 to 2. And in the final event on the card, punters weren't doing too well at this stage, only 2 favourites up, and they plonked for Glissade as the popular pick at 15 to 4.
Now the lights on and they're racing in the last, and they jumped in a very good line too. La Pankla Steed Endearing showing out after the jump away, and Stiletto Star going quickly on the outside. Stiletto Star's just in front of Endearing, settling down from La Pankla Steed. Miss Calamar getting up on the inside with Moonlight Saunter. Further back Bronze Splendour, followed by Glissade, Love a Kiss, and on the outside Parade of Stars. 2 lengths further back Placid Time, followed by Skyhook. Well back in the field then is Enfield Lass. Then came further back then Pinion, and 2 lengths last of all is Here's the Duchess. At the turn of the 850, and on the outside it's Stiletto Star, a half to La Pankla Steed. Further back then is Miss Calamar, and Deering went up on the outside of it, followed back in the centre there by Hidden Secret. Then Moonlight Saunter, followed by Love a Kiss, Bronze Splendor, 2 to Parade of Stars. Glissade is back midfield at the moment. On the outside of it, Placid Time, and further back Skyhook, followed by Pinion. Mockapan third last. Second last is here's the Duchess, and 2 lengths last of all is Enfield Lass. They come up towards the turn, 500 to go. Stiletto Star sitting right out in the centre of the leader now from La Pankla Street. Then Endearing, and further back Miss Calamar. A good gap then to Love a Kiss, Moonlight Saunter. Well back in the field, then at the head of the others would have been Pinion, but Stiletto Star bounded away at the 300 metre mark. She's out 3 lengths in front of Miss Calamar, Endearing. Then further back at the head of the others came Pinion from Bronze Splendor. The others doing nothing. Stiletto Star's run back to the inside rail, but she's 4 lengths in front of Miss Calamar, Pinion, then Bronze Splendor, but hard against the inside fence, and Stiletto Star has got a commanding break, and she'll go to the line. She's getting very tired. Bronze Splendor running home well, but Stiletto Star has got up to win the last about 5 lengths. Very tight second. Might be Pinion and nose to Bronze Splendor, nothing in it. A gap then to Miss Calamar. Glissade never got in the race, followed by Hidden Secret. Then further back, here's the Duchess. Then Moccapan, Never a Chance from Skyhook, followed by Love a Kiss, Moonlight Saunter. Well back in the field, that Enfield Lass, followed by Endearing, La Pankla Street and Placid Time. And walking over the line, Parade of Stars tailed off.
One of only a few horses to come down the inside rail at Sandown and win yesterday. Stiletto Star doing it at both ends. A good job at 8 to 1. Pinion second, 16s. Bronze Splendor third at 6 to 1. And the favourite Glissade unplaced at 15 to 4. A check of the doubles now. The extra double in Melbourne, 5 and 6, 37.85. The daily double, 11 and 1, $127. And the quadrella on 6, 8, 1, 2, $5,200. In Sydney, the extra 5 and 8, $64. And the daily double, 6 and 1, $18.25. In Adelaide, the extra 7 and 13, $240. Daily double 3 and 8, $99.10. In Brisbane, the daily double 10 and 1, $71.80. Provincial racing at Kyneton, the extra 9 and 1, $21.55. Daily double 1 and 9, $39.10. And the quadrella 1991, $1,981.55. And that was the way Channel 7 cameras saw racing yesterday at Sandown Park. Back to take a look at greyhound racing in just a moment.